No, we keep every jar that we get in this house because I hate actual cups. I won't drink out of a cup
Why?
unless it's plastic or a jar. Because I'm a freak. They don't
At
get
least you
clean enough.
acknowledge it.
And with that, welcome back to the tavern, everyone. It's Beyond the Tavern Wall. Hello, hello. We're gonna keep that in as our introduction.
That's fine.
That was all natural. That wasn't actually like planned at all. Some cold opens are planned. That's all natural right there. Thank you. Welcome back, everyone. We're excited to have you guys to our episode of the week. And honestly, I don't think this episode should exist.
Why?
Why? Because it goes along with the topic of our episode, which we probably shouldn't exist.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
But before we get into that topic, we're going to leave the audience on edge. Oh, they're on the edge of the seats. Like, oh, what are they talking about today? What are we talking about? We're going to talk about our social medias real fast, guys. Haley, where can everyone find us?
You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, Apple Podcast, that one weird website where Kendall's mom was listening to our
Castbox
podcast.
or whatever.
Yeah.
You have to go to page
And,
4 in the App Store to find that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it's a
perfect.
Chinese website.
Yep. That's
Kendall,
my
how'd your mom find that?
She just picks the sketchiest thing and goes, "Yeah, that's the one."
That's
I don't want to listen to no
Perfect.
American podcast. They're stealing my data. Castbox.
Okay, my mom does not sound like that.
That was like a perfect impression. What are you talking about?
I've met Beth, and that's exactly what she sounds like. Trust me, I know. No, you can find us there. Make sure to go check us on social medias. And on YouTube. Follow us. Like, subscribe, comment. We'll say that again at the very end of the episode because that's what you're supposed to do. Again, I actually think the algorithm listens for that, and they recommend your channel more if you do that. Which is insane if you really think about it. Today's episode, why it should not exist, is because we're going to be talking about the parties that should not exist. So therefore, this should not exist because this shouldn't have to be a topic. Because why? Why do people do things? Okay. Sam, why do people do things?
Because we're humans and we like to do things.
You're right.
What kind of question is that?
Me or not me?
Me or not me?
Why human?
That's an inside joke that I feel like we have to explain. We saw this TikTok, and it's this guy freaking out over this assessment for work.
Olive Garden.
Olive Garden. He works at Olive Garden. He's flipping out, and the assessment is just like a bunch of AI generated slop. And then the question, it says like, "I hate when this happens." Picture. Then you can click on me or not me.
And those are the only options.
Only two things.
Only options the entire time.
Don't give in, me or not me. So if we quote that a lot, within the past 10 minutes of the previous recording episode, which is last week, we have seen that, and it's just gonna be like, wow, they really came up with this whole new thing within a whole week of recording. No, this was a 10-minute span between the two. We're gonna be talking about what is the cardinal sin of party creation and to not do in your parties. Obviously, again, do whatever the fetch you. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to say that this time because there are some things you shouldn't do, in general. Okay. What makes a party bad, guys? What if you were to jump into a D&D game? You're invited. Let's say John D&D invited you to come play in a campaign with him. Okay. And you get there and you sit down and you're like, oh, shoot, I don't know if I want to play in this group. What would it be?
Paladins.
All paladins?
What the?
You know what? Actually, Hunter, I don't know if you meant that as a joke or not, but I can see it because that's a lot of ego at that one table.
Here's the thing: is yes and no. I meant it as a joke because I feel like so much of the time, it's the very stereotypical paladin. It's like, oh, I'm a righteous person. If I catch you doing anything bad, I'm gonna smite you down to earth. Some people are like that way too much when they're playing their character, and it scares me, and it makes me just not want to play with that person. while they're playing that character specifically. If they're gonna be completely different with another character, that's fine. But if I'm gonna have somebody that's like, oh no, we're not gonna have any like stretches in our moral obligations. You're gonna be perfect citizens, will not break the law at all. Yeah, nah, I'm good.
You don't want goody two shoes.
Nah,
Hunter
That's
is
not
saying
fun.
do crime.
go, my child, do a
Me.
crime. Me, do a crime. Me,
Oh my
in
god.
D&D.
So Hunter, if I were to rephrase what you just said in like a more broader term, people who force party dynamic.
Yes, it's very much so the players that are like, you have to play the way I want you to play, and that align exactly with my character's morals. That is like,
You are
no,
all
I'm not dealing with
grains of
that.
sand in my story.
Because here's the thing, I very much so love like a good paladin rogue dynamic. It's a very common dynamic,
Mm,
but
it's
just
a
some
good one.
fun back and forth banter. Like, I don't want like, oh, my rogue's gonna go and steal something. All right, I'm gonna freaking cast Divine Smite on you and freaking beat the piss out of you anytime you do that. That's not fun. That's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Rant over.
That's not fun. Keep ranting. It's beautiful.
I got a little scared. I've never seen Hunter so mad before.
We got him
Yes, you
worked up
have.
with-
You 100% have.
I have.
It's kind of cute. I like it when he's mad.
Mm.
Yell at me more, Hunter.
Gosh.
Why aren't you peeling for heels?
I'm trying to think. I think players who don't, if I were to play and I were to just play with people who were just constantly breaking the law and like a murder hobo group or people who weren't like playing with
Very much so.
like there is like an unspoken agreement between an unspoken rule between DM and player that your character can do what you want, but you roll with the story too. You know, like the DMs worked hard to do all this stuff. You work hard to create your character, and then if you just go and we use this this example, if you just go and make a cheese factory, like and just don't care for the story, it kind of just is like, but we're not playing the game at this point. Now, if that's part of like what you've sat down to discuss is going to happen, sure, that's fine. But if you're over here like, oh, we're going to do a high fantasy, save the universe, power scaling campaign, and then you're like, I'm going to go start a pet cemetery.
It was actually an animal sanctuary.
Animal sanctuary. There you go. That's the one we were looking for.
I got you. No worries.
I'm glad you. I was like, I know it's something with animals.
It haunts my dreams, so no worries.
Yeah.
I got you.
And it's frustrating, right, Haley? Like you've discussed it before. It's very frustrating, and I don't know. We've discussed your feelings with that a lot. Did any of your players bring that up as well, or was that just more
I was a player in that group.
Oh,
I was not the DM, but it was a problem with a lot of people. Yes.
Yeah, because they just go off on their own.
Yeah.
I will say like rogues, also just rogues who just go off and just steal everything. Kind of just like, because that's like
stop getting us in
mechanics.
trouble.
Stop getting us in trouble, and also we have to waste 10 minutes for you to do a sleight of hand check, and then the DM has to think about, oh, what would this random peasant on the street have in their pocket? And then they're always like, oh, that's all they have? It's like, yes, because I want you to
they're
stop.
a peasant.
Yeah.
And also, I just want you to stop. So you're going to, at some point, I'm just going to stop giving you things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I actually do have a question on that as well. And then we can come back to everyone else's thoughts. Is that too controlling of people's character?
Yes and no. There's definitely two sides to it, because if it's getting to the point where it is just completely disrupting the story or making it unfun for other people, I feel the DM is perfectly within their bounds to say, stop doing that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What else? Suki.
My cats are fighting.
Tell them
My
to
cats are being naughty.
stop it.
Place a bet.
Cool.
Start placing bets.
Oh, gosh.
Scout's gonna win every time.
Scout has
She weighs 15 more pounds than Suki.
Only 15?
She's gonna win.
Only 15.
Yes,
Hey,
because
She
she
just lost weight.
she did.
she's
Oh,
lost
congrats.
weight.
Congrats,
She's been
Scout.
working so good on her diet.
Let's go, Scout. What else? What makes a party difficult for you guys? For everyone else.
If I join your table and you're all tanks, so I have to be the smart support.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that because one, I'm not smart, so I can't play a smart character. Two, I'm not supportive, so I'm not going to play a supportive character.
So you're
That was a
saying
joke.
if everyone is
But-
a stupid barbarian.
I'm not joining that group unless
That's
I
also
also
like
get
my
to be the stupid
ideal.
barbarian. But my brain, there has to be cohesion. There has to be like that synergy to a group, you know.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And if it's not there, it's hard to force.
All I'm gonna say, 6 barbarians seems pretty cohesive to me.
You need a
All paths of the
healer.
world,
I
Trey.
Everything's
think
dead.
any group could manage as long as there's a healer.
Why
Yeah.
is there not an intelligence-based barbarian subclass?
Stereotypes.
I mean,
Yeah.
what about the Hulk and Bruce Banner? Isn't that like the perfect foundation?
That's why
I would argue that the Hulk and Bruce Banner is a multi-class.
Yeah.
artificer.
Yeah, there is an
Barbarian.
artificer multi-class for that actually. It's like the alchemist or whatever. Or is that a blood hunter one?
It's blood hunter, I
I don't
think.
know.
I don't know.
I think it's blood
Those,
hunter.
those are the
Oh,
2
well.
classes we
Mm.
know nothing about. We covered this.
We talked about it
Yeah,
last
that was
session.
last
I know
episode.
so much about artificers. You shut up.
Okay, sorry. The rest of us know nothing
Mm.
about them.
I think I mean not every single class is an intelligence based thing because a lot of times knights have an intelligence based with Eldritch Knight.
Mhm.
Rogues have Arcane Trickster, but I think the reason is because they use the wizard spell list,
Yes,
and that
they do.
they're in a sense a wizard, so therefore the intelligence is their casting modifier. Magic does not work if you are raging, so it would just clash against their core mechanic.
Yeah.
Their ability to rage sneak is their core mechanic.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I love it.
I would love to do can I make a stealth intimidation check? Like, can I stealth with my strength?
DM, I would like to rage as we stealth across the battlefield.
I like this question, Hunter, that you pose. Is there a good difference between being bad mechanically and hilariously bad?
Yes.
Yes.
The all barbarian party, hilariously
It's
bad.
awesome. I love it. I love the idea of it.
Because I think ultimately you could mechanically make it work.
You're all
If you
just
were to pick different subclasses, I think mechanically you could make an all barbarian party work.
because there are some that do have healing capabilities for both
Mhm.
themselves and allies, so it can work. Is it optimal?
Are-
No. That's the
Are we
fun of
thinking
it.
stereotypical barbarian?
No, because we decided in this podcast we were not going to be stereotypical, remember?
Yeah.
No, that was only for the Rangers. So,
Shoot, you got me there.
yep.
My bad. I'll see myself out.
Yeah, yeah, Haley, please. Just kidding.
Sorry, I know I just came back, but I gotta go again.
Take
Oh,
another
wow.
4-month vacation. How was Antarctica,
Yeah.
by the way?
It was super great.
That's cool.
So cold.
It turns out
Colder than Kendall's basement.
Probably not.
Cold right now.
No, I feel like I don't think mechanically that works even at the same time. Like hack and slash is only going to get you so far. You go up against a spellcaster that uses just spells like intelligence saving throws, wisdom saving throws. Like you're thinking of your typical barbarian, those are your dump stats.
Okay, guys, so what I'm getting from this is next one shot all barbarian party.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Or all
And I will-
monks. That'd piss him off too.
That'd be
Yeah,
fine.
I'm not playing a monk. We discussed this. I'm not doing that.
Haley, will you play a monk if I get you like a sweet treat or something?
Yes.
There we go.
Look how quickly she folded.
And you
At
can
the end of the day, I may be a combat girly, but I'm a sweet treat girly first.
Mm.
Mhm. Amen.
If you want to know what we're talking about,
Mhm.
everyone, go check out our last episode when we discussed overrated, underrated classes. I think it changed. I think we've done that before. I think it changed completely.
Mm.
I feel like obviously a party of everything, of one of everything, is gonna be hilariously bad. I also just feel like you have to have a good mixed party. There are your typical. You need a tank. I wouldn't. Do you even need a tank? Like,
Not really, no.
No, yeah, if you kill everything fast enough, there's no damage that needs to be soaked.
yeah, you don't need the greatest defense is a great offense, right?
Glass
what they always
cannon
say in
mentality. I
basketball.
love to hear it.
Mhm.
That's actually that brings us directly into our next question. Actually, what are some of the worst combinations to have in a party? All wizard?
Yes.
I
Yeah,
can see all
I-
wizard working actually, because there's some defensive wizards that can give you tons of temporary health.
I don't know.
Temporary health doesn't stack.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. They can reapply it pretty quick.
Yeah, but after
Unless
I
you
knock
die
you
in
down so
between that
fast,
turn, yeah.
Like,
Just let me be happy.
if-
No.
Let me be happy. Why are you so against me finding joy?
I gave you
Oh.
such a good compliment last episode. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was a week ago. Listener time.
Mhm.
Listener time fair. Okay, fine.
the listeners don't remember the compliment,
That was
so he
like
doesn't.
30 minutes ago, our time.
Yeah, what are some of the
All
worst
all
combinations?
wizards- All wizards would be interesting. Because, I mean, you definitely have some that can function as kind of like a pseudo tank. I mean, you've got your blade singers that just become super difficult to hit. I mean, they're still going to
With
have
setup.
that. Yeah, with setup. If they get that setup, they're going to be very difficult to hit.
That's a
But I
lot
mean,
of
that-
what ifs, though.
That's the thing, is they have to have like those 2 turns to get all of their stuff going. They have to survive that long. They have to make sure that they're staying close to the opponent so that they don't just get around them and wipe out the rest of their friends.
Okay, so we're thinking about this as like a high level group, but a party of level 1 wizards,
Oh,
you're
they're
dying.
cooked.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah,
that's
You're
what I'm
dying
thinking.
immediately.
They're cooked.
You're done. You don't
They
get
have
2 turns to set up. You're
8
all
hit points,
dying
maybe?
in 1 hit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
6 is
5
your
hit
lowest you
points,
can
I'm
be.
down.
Mhm.
Some
Is there,
child
like-
throws a stone at you,
what-
you're dead.
What about like a no healer? Like, is it essential to have a healer?
I think it is. Because you're not some other classes have healing abilities,
Mhm.
but sorry, my light's being super weird. But a lot of it is like a pool, you know?
Yeah,
And you're going
so
to
that's-
waste all of that on one person, and then there's no guarantee that you're going to get potions of healing,
Yeah.
especially when you're in hell.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's one of the big questions I had though, is what do we qualify as a healer? Because you think your typical healers, I would say cleric and bard. Those are kind of your two, like, oh, these are the
Druid.
people I'm gonna look to. Druid can also do it.
Depends.
Rangers have healing capabilities. Paladins have healing capabilities. Some different subclasses will have healing capabilities to give out.
Having a healing capability does not make you a healer. I
Mhm.
have a first aid kit. That does not make me a doctor.
Yeah, it does.
That's the
Haley's a
point I wanted
doctor.
to
Ever just
make.
kidding.
no.
Send her the pictures of the warts on your foot.
I actually probably could help with that, but
Why are you wanting them to send her
Who's
feet
got
pics?
warts? What?
Just kidding.
It was a bad
Sam
week.
zoned out for
I think
2
Okay.
seconds.
I
and
didn't.
I
It's
think-
just like,
something
who
weird.
has warts? What the ew.
your
feet.
2 healers. I would not say bard is a healer. I think a bard is in the
Mhm.
same class as druid and ranger, because it's not part of their main mechanics. Your 2 healers would be cleric is obviously number 1, but
Mhm.
paladin with lay on hands would be
Mhm.
up there. I think
I
those 2
would-
you have.
I would argue sorcerer as well.
Sorcerer as a main healer.
If
Is that
it depends on your subclass.
Well, but
But-
then I agree, because it's sun soul, isn't it, or it's soul
Mhm.
sun sorcerer or whatever.
Something
No.
soul, I think.
I have
me see.
the list pulled up. I know which one you're talking about. 2014. Because yeah, that one is, and then you can also say Way of Mercy Monk. right? If you just go base mechanic wise, right, then it would be Paladin and Cleric is probably your top 2, and then you'd have Bard, Sun Soul Sorcerer, Way of Mercy Monk, not in any order, Way of Mercy Monk, Druid, Ranger, right?
Mhm.
I am so I'm doing a campaign on my stream soon, and it was interesting. What was brought up was if we don't have any healers, are you as the DM going to provide health potions and things for us so that we can heal? And I had never thought of it like that. Or like, yeah, I would just for the sake of like making sure you guys are healed. Like if it was like a survival campaign, no, I probably wouldn't provide them as much as often. Like you'd have to be smart about it. But if it's just a normal campaign, yeah, if you don't have a healer, I'd probably provide a little bit more health potions. I'm not gonna be like, oh my gosh, and there's a treasure chest of superior healing potions. It'd be like, oh yeah, like wherever you're gonna go, you're gonna find some sort of healing thing.
Mhm.
Maybe not a ton, but enough to be able to like replace a minor healer. Not a minor healer, a healer with lesser abilities.
Our doctor is 7.
Our doctor's very smart doctor.
Show me on the teddy bear where it hurts.
Would you like the cars or the Monsters Inc. Band-Aid?
Monsters Inc. one. What are you talking about?
Obviously, the Monsters Inc. one.
Cars.
That's the right choice.
Good question.
Is it
You're a
Divine Soul?
Stupid question.
I think so. I started
Divine
looking
Soul.
and then I accidentally
That sounds
exited out of
right.
the page.
Divine Soul, they have a spell ability called Empowered Healing.
Yep, that was the one I was thinking about.
Interesting.
Whenever you're within 5 feet, the divine energy
Because-
coursing through you empower. Yeah. Mhm.
If we want to make the argument of, oh, well, specific subclasses are what make you a healer, you could use that argument for cleric too.
Yeah. hmm
Actually,
That's why I'm
yeah.
saying it's if you just go base
Just
class.
base, then I would put paladin first because they have lay on hands base.
Oh yeah. I'm saying that Paladin Cleric are top 2. is what I'm
Every
saying.
paladin subclass is a healing subclass.
I think Cleric just due to subclasses because most subclasses, not most, but like Life Cleric is obviously your number 1.
Let's say.
But
Healing.
yeah, Paladin Cleric are your top 2 for sure. Paladin with Lamp, which is insane. Again, Paladin, in my opinion, most versatile class because of that. Because they have damage, they can tank, they can heal. Up there with Bard being very, very versatile. I don't think you have. Obviously, Paladins are better when it comes to versatility.
Ever seen a
Just
stealth
base
paladin?
class.
Neither have I.
You just don't wear chain armor. I don't think
It
you need a
gives
healer
you
in
the
your group if
proficiency.
it's-
I'm gonna use it.
You can also just have. I think there's magic armor that takes away the stealth debuff.
Yeah, there's
So-
armor that does that.
I think you don't necessarily need a healer in your group, depending on what you've discussed with your DM. I think if you haven't discussed it, you probably like a good class, a good party will have a healer or some sort of support. Maybe not even just a healer, just some sort of support thing to make sure you stay alive. So like again, a bard would be perfect for that role. I feel like you need a tank for sure as well. Like if you're all squishy, unless you're putting out massive amounts of damage before the person gets out, who's gonna soak up the damage, you know?
Can I give an analogy for this?
Marvel Rivals.
No, Pokemon.
It's
Okay.
As a child, every time I played a Pokemon game, I only used my freaking starter. Only used the starter. And so he became the de facto go out, kill everything, we're gonna win the battle, keep moving on. Now, when you get into some of the later game fights, my starter would go down. And then I'm left with like a bunch of random squishies that I've just caught along the way and have thrown into my party. They're gonna get cooked. Yeah, I got freaking like Bidoof, I got Staravia, I got whatever the fetch is in there. They're getting cooked. They're not
Not
gonna be able to
Bidoof on the
jack.
front line.
Oh, Bidoof deserves to be there. He's been my day one.
Bidoof is God, don't forget, okay? No, that's a good analogy.
But they're gonna get cooked. They will not stand a
Mhm.
chance since my main damage absorber is now gone.
I think even like going off the Pokemon analogy as well, like I still play the game where I don't care about these stat boosting moves.
Ooh.
If I've beat 100 every single Pokemon game I've beat. I get like sort. Is that a motorcycle?
I live
What
next
was
to the highway, so
Oh,
when
oh,
people rev to go
gosh.
forward, yeah. But that
Hmm.
probably is the freaking jackwagon that is always revving his motorcycle at like 6 in the morning.
Whoa,
And it wakes me up
Haley,
every day.
You gotta watch out. He's way cooler than we are. He's got
No,
a
he's
loud
not.
engine.
No. He's a loser.
The louder the engine, the cooler the individual.
I think like Pokemon, like and this is what I'm going off of. Like I used only attack moves. We're gonna go off of Pokemon Platinum. Okay, I'm fighting Cynthia. All right,
You're cooked no matter what.
and Cynthia pulls out her Garchomp. All right.
You were to say a gun.
This 10-year-old is
Cynthia
here to
pulls out her
challenge me.
Garchomp.
Think not.
Shoot, no, murders a 10-year-old. No. So Garchomp then uses Swords Dance twice. I've not raised my stat abilities. I've not had the support class I've needed to do this. And Garchomp wipes my field where I'm heal stalling 24/7 to get my Torterra back up or whoever, right? Now this may be like niche. Not everyone's people have experienced Cynthia and they don't understand, okay? The pure terror, all right, that comes out with her ace. All right. But it's kind of the thing of just like you need a well-balanced team and a well-balanced support and how you do a well-balanced move set that synergizes with everyone so that you're not getting screwed over by one thing. Because let's say if you're all glass cannons, wizard, sorcerer, warlock, wizard, sorcerers, those are like your two squishiest, right? Bro, you're gone like really fast. If it's a high damage output, if I can just you're fighting, let's say, oh, what's a decent the 6-armed demon lady, demon snake that can do 6 attacks and do
She's
like
so cool.
30 plus damage in 3 attacks. Like if you're a wizard, you're gone. 2 wizards down in one fight. Like you have to have a well-balanced team overall. Like your party dynamic has to be well balanced. Do you guys feel like players should like form their parties around that, or should they just play what they want?
I think they should form their party about being harmonious with each other and filling in the gaps that other people leave. You know?
I feel like yes and no.
I feel the
Because
same there.
you want the balance, but at the same time, I feel like more often than not, you're gonna have like 1 or 2 people that are locked into playing support classes, and they're not gonna go and play like barbarian, paladin, fighter, rogue, whatever it may be, that they want to go and try out. Because nobody else wants to go and just be the support player. Everybody wants to go and do all the fun damage and do all the cool things.
I
But
have to step
I
away
feel
for a
like-
quick moment.
I feel like if you're in a group that you vibe with really well, like I know at the end of the day, I could go to Kendall and be like, Kendall, I really want to play support. Could you play like the tank this time? She would say yes, 100%. Every time she would say yes.
Oh, 100%. If you have a group like that, it's not an issue whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
But there's definitely going to be stingy players that are like, oh no, I don't want to play a healer. I'm only going to play a rogue.
Yeah.
What can you do?
Because I agree with. I'm a player who will try to fit in where I'm needed. Like if we need the support role, we'll do the support role. I
think
actually don't
Tim's that way
like
too.
playing cleric though. I played a cleric
Okay.
once, and honestly, I was really boring. I like your melee classes. I like honestly. I'm with Haley. I think fighter is my favorite class. I think just the
It's because
basicness of
they're
it, dude,
so
and they're so versatile.
they're so
like,
basic
Mhm.
that you could do anything with them.
And Battlemaster is such a cool subclass, in my opinion. I think it's one of the most well-balanced and fun subclasses because there's a lot of strategy behind it. And that's what I want to play. Granted, like I don't play a lot. So again, my opinion doesn't matter when it comes to players, right?
So true. Glad
You're
you
right.
realized
Shoot. And then I'm going to shut up then. Why am I doing a D&D podcast? Like there are some people who don't have fun playing certain styles.
It's true.
And that then, like you're saying, forces people who are more like I'm going to be the Phil character to play something over and over again. Daniel's played 2 clerics.
Like a lot.
He's played cleric a lot. Not saying that's bad. It's his choice in the end, and he enjoys it. He doesn't mind that as well. But there's some people who do, like Hunter was saying, just get stuck in that I am the support because maybe they don't get the opportunity to create their character faster. Or if in session 0 I sit down and would say, what are you guys playing? Hunter might go first and he says, I want to play a rogue, and Kendall might be last and she wanted to play a rogue. Oh, now I can't play that rogue. Now I don't have a character in mind, but also at the same time, it's not a problem to have 2 rogues or 2 of anything in a party. We had 3 clerics.
We did.
We
who
were
did
all
3
different.
completely different things.
That's
Yeah.
Right?
too much angst in the party, though.
Too much what?
2 rogues is too much angst.
Actually, I feel like... Go ahead.
I was waiting for a time to bring this up, but I think diversity in a party's class, but also diversity in a party's archetypes, right?
Mhm.
When we are talking about my least ideal party, I do not want to be in a Suicide Squad. I do not want everybody to have a tragic backstory. I do not want everybody to go around the room and go like, "Oh, my parents. Oh, blah, 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 blah."
But it's not a D&D character if your parents aren't dead.
No, no.
My dad's not dead. I love my dad.
Yeah, exactly.
Asthma Daddy. Which,
No.
actually, sorry, can I say something real fast, Kendall,
Yeah, go
about
for it.
Asthma
Yeah.
Daddy? We were looking through your character during the Feywild episode, and I realized you named your parents.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that. Like, it just
Yeah, I did.
completely slipped my mind. And then I read that, and I was like, ooh, shoot. Well, that was his name in the Feywild before he turned into a devil, and that's the canon.
I figured that was kind of the case, and I was like, he's got a plan for it, I'm sure.
I didn't even realize.
Yeah, let's go
Sorry,
back to
Kendall,
D&D
go ahead.
pet peeves. I hate it when the DM retcons my own backstory.
I did that with Hunter too. I just
It was funny.
I think what happens is I know the general outlines of your backstory. I don't necessarily remember the gritty details. Then I'm like, oh, this would be cool to integrate your backstory, and then I don't go back and read it, which is my fault. Kendall, go ahead.
Yeah, just that diversity in party, and then also with rogues, for me, the worst party you could have is just a bunch of rogues
Mhm.
because of that stereotypical backstory, but then also I just don't see the utility in having 7 spies, and I've said this before on the podcast. I'm not like a heist movie fan. I'm not like here for, I don't know. You guys know what I'm saying. I'm
No, yeah.
very tired.
There are some classes that you could have multiple of. I'm on the same page. I think rogues is the one one of the classes that you could not have. Like, there's not enough variety in the different
No.
rogues to
Mhm.
really provide a difference. Like, a rogue is specialized in they are sneaky and they are sneak attack. That's their
Yeah.
thing, and that's just what they do. No matter across all subclasses, everything is to set up sneak attack.
The swashbuckler would like to have a word with you.
The swashbuckler, his whole thing is to set up sneak attack.
It doesn't need to. He just gets it if he's near
That's
someone.
That's my point. Is his
He's just
entire
a-
class is to help with sneak attack, but a cleric, you can have a life cleric, a grave domain cleric. We had 3 clerics. One was damage, one was healing, and one was based off of just pure magic and support. Like, there was enough versatility in Bast, Lyria, and Theron that they didn't clash at all together, and they all filled specific roles. Haley never had to heal, so she didn't anyway. So, but she could use it as an excuse.
Healing spell, okay. I had it. I just never had to use it because Kendall was there.
Hi.
And like they can cross, but like with a swashbuckler, your abilities are to be able to set up your sneak attack. An assassin's abilities are to set up his sneak attack to enhance the sneak attack. I feel like the only difference would be like inquisitive, because they're more like interrogation, getting information out, spy. Mm-hmm.
Make a Noir detective.
Yeah, I actually Inquisitive is my favorite rogue class.
That would be fun to play like a film noir detective, but not the whole entire party is a film noir detective.
Come on, that could be fun.
All of us
black and white.
When she walked
it's
in.
always raining. Everybody's always just ripping a freaking cig and wearing a freaking fedora.
I'll do it if there are sweet treats involved.
If there are sweet treats involved.
Yes.
The all monk, all
for a
rogue
sweet
party.
treat.
Yes.
You guys are like Scooby-Doo, and for a Scooby snack? Are there any other classes that you feel like would work well if there were multiple together, and then opposite that wouldn't work well?
I mean,
I feel
look something up real quick.
I feel like druids would be good with a multiple druid party.
Because there's good different ways you can play a druid.
Well, think about all the health pools you could have.
Especially if you have like a Circle of the Moon one, where you allow the Circle of the Moon to be able to utilize their. Because the reason I like druids a lot is I had a ton of fun with my first character figuring out when to wild shape or when to be the support, because I was the healer, the only one that could do any healing. That was a lot of fun. You could take away that stress of a Circle of the Moon druid by having one person being more the support, the Circle of the Moon doing the damage.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
I want to say that you can also do multiple rangers or fighters, because they also have that versatility in ways that you can play them and utilize spell or subclasses.
Yeah. I think so too. I feel like rangers and fighters would be good, like multiple people parties, whatever.
The one I can't decide on if it would be good or bad to have multiple is bards.
Bad.
You can make it work.
Bad.
Because
what do you mean? We have one direction.
Subclasses.
Sir Robin's minstrels. There you go. Whole party of bard.
I think an all spellcaster party is a bad idea, because at the end of the day, you're out of spell slots. What are you doing? A bard is not going to go 1v1 with a monster with no spell slots. It's not happening. You're not even going to do 5v1 a monster, no spell slots with 5 bards. It's not happening.
All vicious mockeries. It'd be fun. It doesn't work mechanically.
Yeah. Hunter, you just made me think of a mechanic that I want to instill in my games. If you keep spamming, sorry, my brain is shutting off. If you keep spamming a spell that has a DC, I think the more you use it, the easier it is to pass for that specific person you're targeting. If you keep doing vicious mockery over and over and over and over again, I think that this DC should go lower.
I would say the opposite, depending on what the spell is. I would say it gets harder and harder to resist.
Interesting.
I think it depends if you're passing or failing it. If you keep passing and passing and passing, I think it should go down. But if you keep failing and failing and failing, it should go up.
See, my only counter argument to that is what comes to mind is Eldritch Blast. If I'm just going to keep spamming that, does their ability to, like, a boost to AC for that specific spell, do they get that if somebody just keeps spamming Eldritch Blast against them?
I would say no, because you still have to roll to hit with Eldritch Blast. It's not it's not an automatic hit.
I don't know. That's just a thought I had. So
How
we've
dare
talked a
you?
little bit. How dare I
How
question
dare you question me?
me? Again, that's gonna be stuck in my head. I'm gonna be
Me
laying in my
or
bed in
not
like
me?
2 hours, and this is gonna pop into my head. I'm gonna start giggling like a child.
Me or not
It's
me.
me every time.
So we briefly discussed earlier, just kind of like some of the moving aside from mechanics, dynamics. We love some good roleplay here. We've talked a lot about it. What are just some of these kind of dynamics that don't work or are just kind of annoying to deal with?
I think you and Kendall named two of the major ones, all goody goods and all angst. And then of course the all murder hobos.
Yeah.
I would like to throw into the ring the always questioning group where you have to question
Mm.
everything. The
5 billion insight checks every
yes,
game.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
oops,
yeah,
all
yeah.
insight checks. Sometimes things are just straightforward, and I'm tired of you asking for an insight check.
The
They've
squirrel walks past you. Inside check.
Insight check.
I feel like
Why
I'm
would
a
the GM
little
mention a squirrel if it
guilty
wasn't
of
important?
that. I truly feel like I'm somewhat guilty of
No,
that
Hunter,
stereotype.
the thing is you do it in valid cases. I've had
Mm.
players that do it just to roll the dice, it seems like.
Roll dice.
Guys, you could just roll your dice on the side for no reason. I don't care. You don't need to ask me to do an insight check every single time an NPC is introduced.
Yeah. I don't know. It's it's just so fun though to be like, what are you hiding? But I hate it when people are just like, the way I feel like insight checks should work. I feel like a lot of players just don't trust the outcome no matter what result they get.
Yeah.
I could
Yeah.
go and get like a 15 insight check on this NPC and the DM's gonna be like, oh yeah, they seem fine. And you're gonna be like,
And then you spend the whole rest of
sure.
the session questioning it.
Yeah,
Like
you're gonna be
that's
gonna
what
be an
you're
absolute
doing.
dick to that NPC now just because you feel like you didn't pass that insight check and you feel like they're secretly evil.
Yeah.
Are they?
Or are you just or do you just need to be different?
Interesting. There was one I was thinking of earlier, and I'm trying to. Oh yeah, I'm calling him just Captain Indecisive. Just that player, that character that is willing to go with anything and everything. They have like no moral compass. They don't care where they're going, what they're doing. They're just along for the ride. Why are you there?
If you wanted to just come hang out with us, you can just do that and not play.
But like I want your characters to have like a moral compass. I want them to have something that they're working towards. I've never understood somebody that shows up and is like, yeah, I'm just here for the ride. I'm just chilling.
No, yeah, because when your characters don't have those moral compasses or those end goals, those things that they want, they are not going to clash with other party members, and we are not going to have that conflict that is needed to make the story engaging. We need that conflict between each other for it to become engaging.
Yeah.
You're telling me that you're just gonna have somebody that's going up against these life-threatening events, just like,
and you're
I'm just
chilling.
here for the fun of it. Yeah,
Vibing.
I'm
You're
just here
telling me
because
that
I had to be. Yeah.
Yeah, you're throwing death saving throws and you're just here to be here. Why? Go home.
Now, I will say, if somehow you are able to make it work with your DM and really go into it being like, I really want a character that is lost and has no idea what their purpose is, you might be able to make that work. But you still want to have that growth and have them maybe find their purpose along the way.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's totally fine. But it should not be a set in stone. Every character needs to have growth. Whether it's negative growth or positive growth, it has to be there.
You can't start an adventure and then end an adventure the exact same.
Same.
That's not going to happen no matter what.
Absolutely not.
Unless you're a psychopath.
Yeah, but nobody wants to play with the psychopath.
That's true. I
You
actually, I
guys
just came
play
back,
with
so
me
I have
all
no
the
idea what you're talking
time.
about.
What the heck?
So, kind of moving in to wrap things up, we've talked a lot about how some of these parties just don't work, and how some of them don't work at lower levels specifically. Is there a chance that some of these parties can grow to become functional? I mean, we're talking wizards that some god-given miracle survive past level 5. Like, billion to 1 odds if we are
It's
being
not happening.
completely
They
honest.
hired a mercenary. They
They
hired a
probably
bodyguard.
did.
They
They got to
studied
level
until they were
5.
level 5, okay?
They all got fireball. They might be able to make it from here. But another one I'm kind of thinking of is I'm not even gonna beat around the bush. I dogged on the rogue paladin trope very early in this episode of somebody being like, no, it's my way or the highway. Is there a chance that that can turn into something good and that they can have that character growth and make the party work? Or is it just not gonna happen?
100%.
I
You go. I talk a lot.
I think it is that classic dynamic of this person is completely on this side of the spectrum and this person is on the complete opposite side, and these are two extremes that need to be whittled down, right? We're not saying that the paladin is right or the rogue is right. We are saying that they are way too extreme and just in their belief system, that it would be good for them to have somebody of the opposite opinion within their just proximity of them so that they can evolve as a person, right? Yes.
Balance scales kind of deal, right?
Yeah, you need to often in life we are put up against people who are complete opposites of us, and those are usually the people that we learn the most from, right? So, it's just a matter of refinement when you have somebody who is completely like, no, I'm in it for me, I'm gonna break the law, I don't care about the repercussions. And then somebody who is like, no, the law is the law is everything, and we can't cross that line. But yeah.
I think, I mean, it depends on player. Like,
Yeah.
100%
I
as
think
well.
it's a major
What Kendall
factor.
says is 100% true. Like, there's always redemption. There's always, like, if you're two edge of extremes, there needs to be some middle ground to
Mhm.
reach each other, right? There needs to be something. There always can be a learning experience from it as well. It depends on where your story goes. Like, if your character, I think there can be growth with also, like the paladin and the rogue not being friends in the end. Like, they
Yeah.
don't have to shake hands at the end of the adventure and be like, "Hey, I love you, man." It could just be like, "We worked together. We went through. Let's move on."
Brayden
know?
just watched The Devil Wears Prada.
I will never.
Goated movie.
I'm assuming
Sorry,
it's
it was
like
the
that.
perfect scenario for what you just said.
That's great. That's great. No. That's exactly what it is.
Is
I
not
think
aged.
it just depends on story. It just depends on story. It depends on everything when it comes down to it.
Man.
Like, the DM cannot force a player and two players to like each other if
Mhm.
the characters don't like each other.
Yeah.
And again, we also do a lot of. I mean, obviously, we're talking about the extremes of it all. The extremely, I was gonna say far right and far left, extremely
Whoa.
lawful good, paladin, and then the chaotic. I won't say evil, chaotic neutral rogue. Like, they're not all like that. You can have a noble rogue, and you can
Mhm.
have a chaotic paladin, right?
Yeah.
But for the sake of the argument we're making, just really depends.
Yeah.
Would you guys
Edgy-
say that?
Haley.
Go ahead.
Would you guys say that Robin Hood is a rogue? Would be a noble rogue?
Yes.
Ooh.
Specifically, the Disney Fox version.
The
I
only-
think would
the
be a
real-
noble rogue.
He's
Yeah.
He's the only Robin.
I would
Don't
say-
diss men in tights like that.
Okay, you're right. I
Have
should
some
say
respect.
all
Don't
the
diss
older
the
ones,
Robin
Men in
Hood from
Tights.
Shrek.
Oh.
I do like the Shrek Robin Hood. He's great.
Robin Hood, Men in Tights, and like the cartoon Robin Hood are the only good Robin Hoods. Okay,
Mm.
sorry, and we'll throw the Shrek one like B tier.
The
or A
Shrek
tier.
Robin Hood is evil.
Yes.
That man is evil.
He is, but he has aura.
He does.
I would not say that.
He's
Dude,
so
he's got a
hot.
party of
He's
bards.
got something weird about him, and
He's so
it's
hot.
evil.
He has a party of bards, guys. It's the one
Yeah,
rogue and
he
20
does.
bards.
See, that's what
Um,
does
That is
one rogue and
exactly
20
it.
bards. Yep, that doesn't.
And
It
it didn't
doesn't
work. They
work.
lost to one barbarian.
Okay, no, they lost to a monstrosity. What is an ogre's stat block?
No, they lost to Fiona.
They lost to
Oh,
Fiona.
a monk, and she's a monk
He's an
She's a monk.
ogre!
because
But
she's
she's a
overpowered.
But she was
But her
in her
fighting style was
human
monk.
form.
Okay, so she wild shaped. She's a druid ogre. Got it.
No, she's a monk.
She's a monk.
I would almost say she could be like a monk barbarian multi-class. It's a super
Yeah.
weird multi-class.
It's the same
but it could work.
scenario as the Hulk.
Yeah.
You know, Shrek is just the story of Hulk.
Did you see that they're bringing Shrek back to theaters at the
I
end of this month?
did.
Let's
And I'm
go.
tempted to go
Mhm.
watch it.
Yeah, actually, guys,
going.
let's do it. Let's go watch Shrek.
Okay, let's do it.
Oh,
We're going to see the
Shrek
back rooms
followed
at the end of the
immediately
month.
by the back rooms.
Yes.
double feature. We gotta watch Shrek after we watch the back.
We're watching the Shrek rooms.
Kendall and I will go see The Devil Wears Prada 2, and then we'll meet you for Shrek.
Okay.
Did The Devil Wears Prada need a sequel?
Yes.
I don't know.
It has Meryl Streep in it.
And
It
Jurassic
doesn't matter
Park
if it
didn't,
needed to happen.
And Jurassic Park didn't. Okay, just kidding.
Okay. Anyways,
Completely different things.
kind of jumping back. I truly do believe that pretty much any party dynamic can be made to work as long as the players can separate their character from who they are as a person.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like a lot of people will build up resentment for something that the person is doing or what the character is doing, and that can cause a lot of dysfunctionality at the table.
Yeah.
If they can make that happen, you should be able to make just about any like dynamic work.
You're talking about like backstories, stuff like that, right? Like
Backstory,
the backstories, like
Play their
edgy,
character.
loner, over
Yeah.
friendly, no paladin rogue. Okay, I thought you were talking about just like an all bard. I was like, mechanically though, you gotta think the mechanics. But no,
Mechanic wise, there's definitely ones that are not going to work.
hmm
I still think an all bard party can work.
I think an all bard party could work.
Party,
There's enough-
which call it a
You're gonna
party.
get hit by so many what is it? Cutting words. You're not gonna be able to make any DC save.
There's enough
Ever.
versatility in the class.
It does
scared
work.
me.
Cake Pop Demon Hunters.
K-pop
Ew,
Demon
I
Hunters.
haven't watched it.
They're all bards.
They are all bars.
College is
Okay.
swords, but still.
Still.
College of
Any final
Yeah.
thoughts?
I'm mad that you made that work, Kendall. I love you, but I'm mad at you right now. I'm ignoring you.
Oh man.
Kendall, now you have to
God,
get her a
Ignore
sweet treat.
Kendall, me or not me.
Me or not me.
I'm holding back. I want to play devil's advocate on this, but I do agree that they could be bards. But I want to play devil's advocate on what K-pop demon hunters would be. So bad.
Okay, Braden, we'll give you 30
Warlock.
seconds to play devil's
I
advocate.
don't. I'm not gonna say anything. Like I do say that they don't use. They just sing while they fight. They're not using their
Yeah,
their
they're giving each
boots
other
are
song.
inspiration.
What?
They're giving each other inspiration and
Yeah.
cutting words on the demons.
No,
and it boosts.
they're
their
using
fighting.
their swords to fight, like to kill the demons and stuff like that. They're not bards. I would say they're multi-class over anything. They're multi-class bard fighters or bard rogues or something like that. Overall,
I would have said warlocks almost kind of deal.
they're not warlocks.
Yeah,
I
they don't have a
maybe
patron.
maybe Remy. I wouldn't say they're
Remy?
just straight.
Remy?
Who's Remy?
Remy? What's
Rumi.
Oh yeah, Rumi. Yeah, sorry.
Did
watched it
you
once.
start speaking
The
Ratatouille?
Ratatouille.
Is Linguini a warlock and Remy is his patron?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you want to know something so funny? My friends have cats named Remy and Linguini, and it transfers to them as well.
Wow.
Oh gosh.
Remy is Linguini's patron in the cat form as well.
Yeah, can
Make
that
sure
be
to-
can that be our poll for this episode? Is Remy Linguini's patron?
Yes.
Make sure to check out next episode when we discuss what classes all these Disney characters are.
Braden, are
That
you
was my
okay?
first ever homebrew.
I no, I
Campaign.
said Disney, but I said Disney, and then I was like D's nuts, and I just stuttered.
It
over
was a-
15
Well,
different.
we just
Train
lost
wreck.
one viewer at least.
That's fine. We didn't like them anyway. Thanks so much for coming out to the
So
episode,
mean.
guys. Just that one viewer. We like everyone else. Just that one viewer. If the one viewer is going to make fun of someone's stutter, because who would do that?
I mean,
I don't think that's
You
what he was
fucking
talking
stutter.
about.
Biggie, do we need to go back? What was it, like episode 2 that you ripped into me for a stutter?
No, it was we were just playing a game.
Were we just gaming?
It wasn't on
I don't
the
remember.
episode.
That
I'm
was
pretty sure
so
we-
long ago.
It's happened so many times while we're gaming that we'll just make fun of each other when we stutter.
Yeah, that one was brutal. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming out to the episode. We appreciate you guys a ton. If you're not following us on YouTube, if you like, comment, subscribe, share the episode on YouTube, we really appreciate that. That's a great way you can show the support. And also follow us on Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, or wherever else you can find us at beyondthetavernwall@gmail.com. If you have any questions, suggestions, all the other stuff I say when it comes to this, you can reach out to us over our DMs on Instagram and TikTok, or you can email us at beyondthetavernwall@gmail.com. As always, best way to support us is to share the podcast by word of mouth. Okay, it's the best way to do it. Go to your friends, family, D&D group. Be like, hey, got a really cool podcast, greatest podcast. I really do have a lot of Trumpisms in my speech, don't I? This is bad. Oh no, that wasn't even intentional. Haley has the side quest. I'm gonna go rethink my life for a second.
Okay, you are going to share the podcast with someone who you would want to be in an adventuring party with.
Yay.
If you know someone you want to be an adventuring party with, share the podcast with them. Thank you guys so much for coming out. We'll catch you back here in the tavern next Wednesday.
Bye.